Tonight, a WU student recognized on the national stage.
And the Cougars look to gain bowl eligibility against the Beavers.
Murrow News 8 starts now.
On the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Kevin Gonzalez.
And I'm Yolanda Lee. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
First, we have breaking news out of Spokane. A body was found in the Spokane River. Dive teams and forensics are on the scene. The scene is still being developed at this time of this newscast. A threat at Central Valley High School forced administrators to cancel classes this morning. The school canceled classes after initially entering a lockdown when the threat was discovered written on a bathroom wall. Students who drove to class were escorted to their cars, while the rest of the students were taken to Eastside Church to be reunited with their parents. At news time, law enforcement agencies are investigating the threat.
According to Daily News, the University of President Scott Green is asking eligible employers to take voluntary furlough to help deal with budget cuts, because the Idaho Governor Brad Little has asked all state agencies to cut 1% of budget for the current fiscal year and asked to cut additional 2% for the coming fiscal year.
Thanksgiving vacation comes soon. There are several streets in College Hill parking area that will be closed during November 25th to 29th. As you can see, Northeast C/D streets from Northeast Colorado Street to Northeast Alpha Road, and Maple Street from Campus to Northeast Colorado Street. Northeast California Street from Northeast B Street to Northeast Ruby Street. You can find more closure parking information in WC Insider, but if you park your vehicle on one of the streets between 2 a.m. and 9 a.m. during break, it can be cited and towed. But alternative parking will be available in the southeast corner of the gravel blue A-lot across from South Fairway Intramural Fields.
Carbon White joins us at the desk. Carbon, how are the passes looking this weekend?
Depends what day you're talking about, Yolanda. For those of you who plan on visiting their families on the west side, I implore you to listen up. The temperature is going to drop to 34 around 7 p.m. tonight in Snoqualmie Pass. What we're looking at now is actually a picture around 11:09 a.m. of Snoqualmie Pass. Looks pretty good, but that's going to change pretty quick. I would postpone your trip to tomorrow instead of tonight because the low is 39 with scattered showers, so no problems there. The pass is seeing some snow and some snow and some rain throughout the day Sunday, and the low is 33. So again, if I were you, leave Saturday. In fact, that's what I'm doing.
Thanks, Corbin. According to Pullman Radio News, the University of Idaho Interfraternity Council has created a task force in response to the alcohol-related death of a Washington State University student. The task force will work with student staff, faculty, administrators, and student organizations to combat high-risk alcohol consumption and hazing. The task force will be formalized before winter break.
WSU Tri-City student Savannah Navarro-Cressy earns National Award for her work in increasing student democratic engagement on campus and in the community. According to WSU Insider, Cressy received an Honor Roll Award in Washington, D.C. through the All In Challenge Awards program. Cressy was selected as one of 10 students for specifically recognized students' leadership in helping college students to improve nonpartisan civil learning, political engagement, and voter participation.
Northwest River Supplies has a new headquarters in Moscow. The new $14 million, 155,000 square foot building is located on South Blaine Street at the old location of Tidyman's Supermarket. NRS told Moscow Pullman Daily News that the new building is over 3 times larger than the previous space. Their old location on South Main Street is on the market for $4.3 million. The sporting goods company is 100% employee owned and was founded in 1972.
According to CBS News, astronauts did a spacewalk at the International Space Station today, the second of 4 planned spacewalks to repair a $2 billion cosmic redirector Italian astronaut Luca Pimertano and NASA crewmate Jules Morgan are the ones performing the spacewalks. This was the 10th spacewalk of the year and the 223rd since the station ESPO began in 1998. Their next scheduled spacewalk is December 3rd.
According to the Spokesman Review, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' nonprofit will donate $5 million to Catholic Charities of Eastern Washington to help fund its latest housing project for homeless families. The donation for the Bezos Day One Families Fund will be mostly focused to Catholic Charities' planned Gonzaga Family Haven Complex, which provide housing and social services to more than 70 homeless families. According to BBC UK, the UK has missed its deadline to return control of the Chagos Islands to the Republic of Mauritius. This UN had given the UK 6 months to give up control of the islands, but the period has now passed. Mauritius says it was forced to trade the small island for independence in 1965. The UK says it does not recognize Mauritius' claim to sovereignty of the island. When we come back, a professor celebrates 50 years at WSU.
And we will take a look at your weather.
When Murrow is 8 returns.
I mean, I don't like to brag, but wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision. Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent.
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
WSU School of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science professor K.C. Wong completes 50 years of teaching at WSU, according to WSU Insider. Wong's happy with accomplishments at his role educating generations of computer scientists and programmers who have contributed to the information technology revolution. Wong also is the author of textbooks on creating systems computers, architecture, and systems programming, which are taught in the classes around the world. Wong will be one of two 50-year honorees at the 2019 WSU Employee Recognition Reception. The system-wide celebration will be held Wednesday, December 11th, 2019.
The U.S. Supreme Court legalized sports betting nationally last year. Washington State still bans the practice. However, there is a market for illegal betting. Reporter Andrew Bartline has more.
Shuffle the cards and let the chips fall. On top of Bishop Boulevard, Zeppo's Mr. Z's Casino has been a staple in the Pullman community for some odd years, a favorite for undergraduate entertainment.
Every once in a while I'll go in there and I'll play some poker with just some of the guys. I prefer blackjack or Spanish 21, usually the latter, Spanish 21.
However, Zeppo's can't offer their customers everything they want. We're talking sports betting. In 2018, a Supreme Court decision gave the practice back to the states. Washington is slow to legislation, leaving the market to underground bookmakers.
There's definitely an opportunity to balance sports games, especially here on campus in Pullman. As long as you know the right person, it's pretty easy to be able to place a bet on different lines on different games.
A book's typically electronic and all privately organized, posting lines daily. Those looking to bet simply respond with how much they're willing to throw down.
I was betting on games, but I thought it would be so much more fun if I just had everyone bet through me. so every game would become fun for me. I expect to kind of like to break even for most days, or like most weeks. Like I wasn't really in it for the money in the beginning. Every week I've averaged around like $1,000-ish per week in profit so far.
Several of the bookie's clients live in Oregon and can legally gamble through the Oregon Lottery's new sportsbook app. However, they tell me payouts slow and difficult and the interface is terrible. So until Washington gets some legislation in place, it seems that local business, like Pullman's very own Mr. Z's Casino, continues to draw the short straw.
With the state of Washington, you're right. I mean, we can't do it yet, but the more options that we'd have for being able to offer gambling would benefit the casino. And so if that ever came across the board, we'd hopefully jump on that.
According to the Washington State Gambling Commission, something small as fantasy football and March Madness money pools violate state law, but it's only enforced in the event of a complaint. Additionally, the state says bookmaking is punishable by felony, though bookies aren't exactly scared away.
There's talk that you can become a legal bookmaker in like Oregon and everything like that by paying like a service fee or whatever it is. It just depends on how they crack down on it.
The bookmaker says he has customers all along the West Coast, offers different lines than Vegas, occasional free parlays to regulars, prop bets, NCAA lines, and a community feeling for his bettors. It's what he calls customer service.
You know, if you get caught, that's probably a lot of trouble. And paying that little tax is going to be definitely worth it for a lot of people to do it the legal way.
But till then, Zeppos has their hand forced.
The market's there. I mean, they've proven it.
Into the same old Spanish 21, blackjack, and poker. Reporting from Pullman with Murrow News 8, Andrew Bartline.
Spokane may have a new tallest building. According to the Spokesman Review, plans for the building were filed with the city, described it as a 22-story residential building on the north bank of the Spokane River. This project tops downtown's Bank of America Financial Center, which stands at 20 stories, and has held the record for the tallest building in Spokane for 38 years. Corbin White is at the weather wall.
He will take a look at the extended forecast when we come back.
Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
We have Corbin White over at the weather wall. Corbin, how's the Thanksgiving forecast looking like?
Well, Kevin, you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer for that Thanksgiving forecast. I'm going to tell you what the temperature is outside right now first. So we're looking at a high of 43 today and a low of 29 degrees. It's getting colder. I can feel it even inside, as a matter of fact. And that's not the only thing that's different. The sundown is at 4:08 p.m. I guess that's actually been sort of a normal thing lately, but I'm still not used to it, and I have a feeling you're not used to it either. It's getting dark way too quickly. Let's move on to tomorrow's weather. Oh, already there, look at that. So the high tomorrow is going to be 45 and the low is going to be 36. So just a little bit warmer, which is nice from compared to today's low. It's going to be partly cloudy as well. And again, it's going to be dark really, really soon tomorrow. So get outside early and do whatever you have to do during the day. So let's go look at the state map. Let's take a look here at the Washington State map. When it gets here, all right, there's Olympia. Olympia with a high of 45 degrees and a low of 31, about the same as here. Seattle's looking about the same, 44 and 35. Yakima is a high of 45 and a low of 24. It's going to be sunny though, which is kind of nice. Tri-Cities is going to be cloudy with a high of 43 and a low of 25. It's even colder there. That's unfortunate for them. And over in Spokane, we have a high of 43 and a low of 28, and it's also cloudy. And like I said before, it's going to be cloudy in Pullman. It's going to be chilly, so make sure to wear those layers. And so we're looking at the 5-day forecast now. Saturday is a high of 44 and a low of 35. Sunday we're going to be getting some rain in Pullman, and I'm covering it right now. And so 47 is the high for Sunday, 32 is the low. We're going to be getting some snow on Monday with a high of 38 and a low of 28. And some more snow on Tuesday and some cloudy weather on Wednesday. And so that's your 5-day forecast.
Thanks, Corbin. Students often get stressed out as the school year goes on. Dr. Noelle Scholes has found a way to get students to de-stress. I found out more with her at one of her events. College can be a stressful time for many students. To combat this, Dr. Noelle Scholes, the First Lady of WSU, and her corgis try to help students pet their stress away.
For about the last year and a half, we take the dogs to 1 or 2 dorms each semester and just spend an hour, and they just enjoy seeing, they love people, and so the students, it's fun for them to kind of pet their stress away.
By bringing the first corgis of WSU to the residence halls, it allows Dr. Scholes to see how new students are adjusting to their first year at WSU.
It's always neat to talk to students, and particularly we have a lot of freshmen in the dorms, and see how their first semester's going and talk to them about things they are enjoying about WSU. A lot of them talk about their pets that they miss from home.
This event also allows students to meet one of their community leaders in an easy and stress-free environment.
We're really excited to have Dr. Noelle Schultz and the First Corgis here. It's a wonderful way for Dr. Schultz to be able to meet our student population in a really low-stress way, and in a way that is kind of less pressure than in the classroom or at a formal event. Students can come in, they can sit on the floor, they can eat a cookie, and just hang out with the dogs. It's great.
The First Corgis' next planned appearance will be during either dead or finals week as students prepare for their final exams. Kevin Gonzalez, Murrow News 8.
The life of WSU former quarterback Tyler Hilinski is being celebrated tomorrow. Hilinski took his own life in January of last year. According to the Seattle Times, it is unclear how Hilinski's family and former teammates will be honoring him. They suspect the team will do something in Martin Stadium.
The Cougs look down and take down the Beavers.
Justin Spinning has your sports update when Murrow News 8 returns.
Achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision. Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent.
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
Welcome back to Murrow News 8. I'm Justin Spinney. Let's jump into sports. Washington State men's basketball hit the hardwood yesterday afternoon to take on the Omaha Mavericks from the Summit League. The Cougs started out hot, entering the locker room at halftime with a 48-35 lead. The second half was a different story. The Cougs were outscored 50-29. Sophomore forward C.J. Ellaby shined in the loss, scoring 27 points. Should be noted that the Cougs were without starting guard Jalen Shedd. Coach Kyle Smith was critical of the team's transition defense in his post-game press conference.
They have good guards, and they're going to be relentless about attacking, and we didn't do a good job of guarding them off the dribble. Terrible all-night defensive transition, credit to them, but you just can't. We don't like to give up threes. We gave up, I think, 3 in second half out of transition.
The Cougar men's basketball team will head to the Cayman Islands for the Cayman Islands Classic. Their first game will be against the Cornhuskers of Nebraska on Monday. The Cougs have a huge matchup tomorrow with bowl game implications. Washington State will welcome the Oregon State Beavers to the Palouse tomorrow night, and John Lee is standing outside of Martin Stadium to tell us more about those implications for tomorrow's game. John, what's the inside scoop?
Thanks, Justin. Can you believe tomorrow is the last home game of the game season? While weather is getting cold, the atmosphere should be hot tomorrow night because both teams are 5-5, and winner of matchup will be guaranteed a chance to play in a bowl game next couple weeks. That being said, we need to defend our Oregon State quarterback Jake Newton, who has 23 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions so far this season, and Isaiah Hodges, who had 13 touchdowns of those touchdown passes. That being said, Anthony Gordon's quick offensive judgment should be able to get us a win. Oh, don't forget to cheer for the Cougs for the Apple Cup during Thanksgiving break. The game will begin next Friday at 1 p.m. at Husky Stadium in Seattle. I'm John Lee, reporting live from Martin Stadium. Let's take back to the studio, and Corbin has your game day weather. Corbin, back to you.
Well, thanks, John. Kickoff is at 6 o'clock, actually, for the next game, which is tomorrow. The average temperature during the game is going to be 37 degrees, and you can expect some partly cloudy conditions. We're also going to have some light 5-mile-an-hour winds. No rain or snow on the way. Now, tailgaters, I'm talking to you. It's going to be 42 degrees around 12 o'clock, and that's going to stay around the same until game time. Fortunately for you crazies, temperatures are going to stay that way, the same until 6 o'clock. Back to you, Justin, at the desk.
Thanks, Corbin. I'll be sure to pack my jacket for the game. Well, just like the men's basketball team, the 22nd ranked Washington State volleyball team started off hot, but came up short last night against Arizona State. Pia Timmer led the Cougs, totaling 13 kills and 10 digs, posting her 4th double-double of the season, but it was not enough. The Sun Devils would win 3-1 in Tempe. The Cougs now have 7 losses this season, but still boast 22 tallies in the win column. They will gear up to play the Arizona Wildcats on Sunday. The fight for the lead in the AFC South took place last night as the Indianapolis Colts traveled down to Houston to take on the Texans. The first half was a big defensive battle as both offenses struggled to get anything going. Deshaun Watson would throw this interception in the second quarter to Kenny Moore over the middle to set up the first touchdown of the game. Jacoby Brissett would decide to keep the ball himself on the read option and follow his blocker all the way into the end zone, putting up the first 7 points of the first half. But not to be outdone, it's Deshaun Watson going deep over the middle to his favorite wideout, DeAndre Hopkins. Look at this, putting up a late first half score. Now on to the fourth quarter, and once again it's Watson finding Hopkins in the corner of the end zone, making an absolutely beautiful catch on this, putting the Texans up 20-17. Now it's time for the last chance for the Colts on 4th down. Brissett drops back, dances around, tangos, but he can't find anyone, so he takes it on himself to try to get the first down, and he is dragged down just short. That would be the end of the football game. 20-17 is the final score. Texans win. The Seahawks hit the road this weekend and head to the city of brotherly love to take on the Eagles. The Eagles have a 5-5 record and continue to fight through injury issues. But the Seahawks are still aware that this is a team in desperate need of a home win. The game will air on Fox with kickoff scheduled for around 10 a.m. Well, Christian McCaffrey is the youngest football player to join a very elite club, the Madden 99 Club. Our 99 ranking is the highest ranking a player can reach in the football video game. McCaffrey joins 4 other players, including the Seattle Seahawks linebacker Bobby Wagner, with a 99 ranking in the latest Madden game. Well, I'm supposed to be here to talk about sports and not weather, but I'm breaking the rules. We're not talking about November weather, though. We're talking about some Mayweather. 42-year-old boxer Floyd Mayweather says he is coming out of retirement. He took to Instagram with a post of himself in boxing gear with a caption that simply read, "Coming out of retirement in 2020. Though any idea of his opponent is only speculation at this point, many are pointing to a recent NBA game where Mayweather was seen sitting next to UFC President Dana White.
Thank you, Justin. We'll be back after the break.
When Murrow News 8 continues.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Frozen 2 released today. According to CNBC, Frozen 2 looks to be Disney's $6 billion movie. In 2019, according to CNBC, current estimates for the movie's opening weekend range from $120 million to $140 million. But there is some speculation that Frozen 2 could earn more during its opening for advanced ticket sales.
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood also released today. The movie is based on Mr. Rogers' real-life friendship with journalist Tom Juna, which began in 1998 when Juna wrote an article about the TV personality. Fred Rogers' sixth cousin, Tom Hanks, plays the Mr. Rogers.
Well, I gotta say, guys, I grew up watching Mr. Rogers, and I'm super excited to watch this movie. He was a big influence in my life growing up, and I just can't really wait to see how they bring his story to life.
Do you know what I'm looking forward to? Do you know who my hero was?
Who's your hero, Dustin?
Elsa. Elsa is my hero. Let it go.
Let it go. Oh, we're stopping.
Are you gonna go watch it right away?
Yeah, I'll be in the theater.
I'm gonna watch it too.
I hope it has.
I'm actually really excited to see how they do it.
Yeah.
Also, are you guys staying here for the football game this week?
I will not be. I'm going to be going home before the game starts, unfortunately. But
you're not going to get that free Mike Leach bobblehead?
I wasn't aware of the free Mike
bobblehead.
bobblehead.
Yeah, there's free Mike Leach bobblehead if you go to the game.
I might have to reconsider. I might have to postpone my trip.
What about you, Sweeney?
I'll be here. I'll be going to the game. Yeah, it's going to be fun. This is my last Cougar home football game. It's going to be
honestly, it's my last home football game as well. I'm sad to say that I won't be able to go after this. I'll be graduating. But thank you for watching tonight. Be sure to watch our newscast at nwpb.org/MN8 and on Cable 8 at 7 and 10.
And don't forget, you can also follow Murrow News 8 on Facebook and Twitter.
Have a great night, Pullman.
I love a little bit.